Hi Scapy friends, welcome back to my channel. Virginia here, and today I'm going to flip through the Traveler's Notebook that I have recently finished. This is the Cocoa Daisy insert included in the June planner kit. And for this project I used both the pocket page kit and the planner kit of the Lemon Grove collection. So I have a process video for some of the pages, and I have also shared the various pictures on my Instagram account, but I didn't film everything, so now I would like to show you how it turned out. I have to say that I'm pretty pleased with the result. The booklet now is really bulky, as you can see, and that is why I tied a ribbon to keep it closed and also to add a cute detail. Let's open it and look how it is inside. So I replaced the original craft cover the booklet comes with one that I created using some of the patterns, the pattern paper which are included in the kits. And I have a process video for it where you can see how I realized this cover, and I will link it up here for you so you can see how I made it. As you can see, I also added this beautiful pom-pom trim, which I love, and also I titled Sun and Fun with this gorgeous foam that came in the kit. So in the inside, in the first page, let's say behind the cover, I like to tape the card of the kit. This was the Lemon Grove kit, and here on the back is where Christine, the owner of Cocoa Daisy, shares her ideas and thoughts that inspired the theme of the kit. So I really like to keep it there, so in the future I will be able to go back and read it. Here I just used a die cut, and I added a sort of title for my Traveler's Notebook. If you saw my first video, the one that I just referred to, you know that this Traveler's Notebook is all about my moving to Barcelona, starting a new job. So as a title I put this A New Start in Barcelona, and it covers the period between the 24th of April and the 31st of May. Now, as I mentioned before, I used the Dory insert included in the planner kit instead of the one included in the Traveler's Notebook kit. And if you want to know why, have a look at that video that I just mentioned, you will know. So let's move on. This is my first spread. I have a process video for this one, and I will link it up here. This spread is about the struggle of finding an apartment, a nice and still affordable apartment in Barcelona. The spread is quite simple. I covered this page with a piece of pattern paper from one of the beautiful pattern papers included in the kit. I created a frame for my picture. I stamped Unplug and Relax. Then I added a few elements. As you can see, in general it's quite blue with just some yellow accents. I really like this, the simplicity of this page. The enamel dots that I spread around are from my stash, were not included in the kit. So the next spread, this is really yellow with just a few green and blue elements. I have a process video for this as well, so I will link it up here for you guys as well. Here I created a yellow border with some yellow distress oxide. Then I used a piece of pattern paper and one of the cards, which I cut, of course, the cards of the pocket page kit for my journaling, a lot of journaling, as you can see. And then I added a few chipboard and die cuts, and I used in particular these 3 circular elements to create a visual triangle. Then I finished it up with some splashes of this is the light blue color Shine by ID Swap, and I called my spread done. Then moving on to the next, this one is connected with this, but I don't have a process video for this. Actually, this is about a relatively new vegetarian restaurant in Barcelona. So I have this picture of myself there, and here I have the pictures of the what we ate. So this all is simple as well, because again I have on this side the pattern paper which covers the whole page. Then I have 2 pictures with a lot of white all around, 2 labels to write what the dishes are, and just a few more elements. And again, these enamel dots are from my stash, as is this washi tape that I used in the center. Next spread. This I don't have a possessive video for this one either. Here I used the very beautiful doilies included in the pocket page kits. There were 3 different kind of doilies, 2 for each, and I used them throughout the Traveler's Notebook, and I really adore them. I hope that they are going to do more, to make more in the future. So here I added a few layers behind my pictures with some scraps of paper. Here a lot of journaling, as you can see, and here I basically printed the advertisement of the apartment that I finally rented. So I wanted to remember this and to document this, so I put it here. And then again just a few elements. I have in three die cuts with lemons. Here in the center the washi tape, which is included in the kit. And as I said, a lot of journaling, because actually I like to journal a lot in my Traveler's Notebook to really tell the story behind the picture. And here I actually cut out a few, I think 2 pages of the booklet, because it was too big, and also, as you can see, it's already very chunky, so I could not add more spreads. So that worked for me, so it's really fine. Feel free to reduce the number of pages of your insert if you think that it's too big. So moving to the next spread. The design of this spread was really determined by this beautiful painting that was already on the pages, and also the title is this phrase that was already on the page: live in the present and make it beautiful. So I added my selfie with a few elements. I have just a piece of a card for pocket page that I trimmed down. Then I added another one of those beautiful doilies, and the part that you could not see here, I cut it and I put it on the border here, which is very cute. I also added this cute tag, and I tied a piece of twine. I always like to tie twine to my tags. Here the date, and what I really love of this spread are these rubber circles which were included in this month kit, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I really love them because they are quite dimensional, and I like dimensions in my projects, even in the Traveler's Notebook, but still it's not that dimensional and bulky as flare buttons are, which I love by the way, but I feel the constraint of the dimension. I really love also this smiley or giggling lemon here. Let's move to the next. I have a process video for this one, so I link it up. Here is all about layers, so I added quite a few layers behind the two pictures of me driving this big van and having a lot of fun. And I also added some thread to add a messiness element. Again, I used 3 circles, creating a visual triangle. I also added this tag. This is the tag of the kit. Every kit has one of these. And for the title, I used a sentence that was in one card that says, "We look back at this and laugh." And I didn't do much on the background because, as you can see, we have already this painted border, which is very beautiful. It was the pattern that was already on the paper. I have to say that I love the fact that in these inserts there are already patterns, so you don't have to add pattern paper to every single spread, and so you avoid a bit of bulkiness. At the same time, I have to say that I think that the insert for travel notebook is actually better because it gives you more freedom, while here you are a little bit more forced or limited by the pattern of this separation for the days that you have, because this is the one dedicated to planning. But it's fine. It was a challenge for me, and I think that I managed to come out with something that in the end I like. Let's move to the next one, which is this one. I have a process video for this as well, so I will link it up for you guys. This is very easy in the structure. As you can see, there was already this border, this frame printed on the paper. So what I did was I just realized a sort of blocky design. I put this large horizontal picture, and then these 2 other blocks here with my journaling, and just a few die cuts and enamel dots here and there, and another of those beautiful rubber circles. So very easy, but still very effective, let's say. I really like it. Next one, for this I don't have a process video, and here I went a little bit crazy with stamping. I used this set of stamps, including in the kit. As you can see, there are 3 tile stamps, which are really fun. So I decided to stamp them with different ink. As you can see, again, this border, this frame was already on the paper. So I stamped all these tiles in different color, and I didn't care of being really precise. As you can see, it's a little bit messy. And actually, I was having that much fun that I stamped also all this page, but then I had the impression that was too much. I was really busy, so I covered this up and I left just this side. Here I don't have a picture. This spread is about some old and new favorite restaurant in Barcelona, and I used a few chipboard pieces and die cuts, and this comes from the one card of the pocket page kit. So next one, this is definitely one of my favorites. I don't have a process video for this, but in the end it's quite easy, because what really makes the difference is this gorgeous big doily that was included in the kit. I absolutely adored them. So I cut these into pieces to have a part on both sides. there was already this phrase printed on the page, so I added my picture with just a couple of layers. This is a picture of myself in my new office, so I just wrote my new office, these cute glasses, and here a very short journal with happy thoughts, and I added this beautiful sticker of Simon. It's absolutely lovely. And I think it was perfect for this spread. So as I said, this is in the end clean and easy, but I really love it. I love the effect of this doily on the white background. So next up is this, which is another one of my favorites. Here I covered one side with this beautiful green polka dot paper, and the excess that I cut from this paper I just put it here on the other side to bring really the two pages together. And I use a vertical big picture which I printed a little smaller than the full page, so I could actually add this colorful border. Then I used a card from the Pocket Page kit to hide my journaling, and these are 2 pages of this beautiful block that comes in the planner kit. And I added 2 slices of lemons. These are die cuts to open up this little flap. And I fixed it down with washi tape. Then on this side I added a couple of chipboard, die cuts. So we have 3 lemon elements, and again we have a triangle, and the title directly on my picture, Enjoy the View, and again a few enamel dots. In the center I added a strip of this very narrow green washi tape, and this is from my stash. Next up is another favorite. Basically here again I had fun stamping. I used this absolutely cute lemon stamp, and basically I stamped it all around using 3 different shades, yellow, orange and lime green, and I created my own pattern paper. And then I just added my picture, a cute tag with a string, a little bit of journaling, and hello might be considered as the title, let's say, but I don't really care of having a title in every single spread in my traveler's notebook, since in the end is all of a story that, in this particular case, that I'm telling. As I said, this again was quite fast and easy, but I really had fun creating it, and I'm really happy with the result. I really love it. Definitely one of my favorite. Next up, for this, I created something different. I used one cut file from the cut shop. These are basically lemons cut in half. I really loved it. It was perfect for the theme of this notebook, so I cut it out of one of the pattern paper, and I backed it with the vellum, so I have this soft effect. And it's just a decorative element. Basically, I didn't use this page on the back. And on this side, I have one picture that is not very high quality, so I put the title with these tile letters, alphas, directly on the photo, and this is about setting up my creative space in my new apartment in Barcelona. And even though I don't have a very nice picture, this was really at the beginning when I had just the big task and my lights. I wanted to document anyway this because it was really important for me, so I created this page for it. And this is again a card which I cut, and I love the fact that there's the same pattern of this paper here on the side. Then for this spread I decided to go really easy, simple and clear, and so this was already printed on the page, so I just added my picture with a layer with some blue so that it could match the print on the page. A little bit of journaling and 3 orange elements. So I created again a triangle, but this time was not the same shape or the same elements like in the case of the lemons, but rather the same color. And here I stamped my date with a roller stamp. So I called it done, very easy, simple, absolutely quick. I think I created it in 15 minutes. And this is the last one. This is the back of the insert, and I really love that there's Simon here on the back. And so that's it. This is my traveler's notebook, my album for the month of May, basically, even though this is the June kit. I love documenting this important phase of my life, let's say, all these changes, and I think that this beautiful kit really made the work very easy for me. I hope that you liked this video. If you have any question about the kits, the technique that I used, or anything at all, please leave me a comment. I will be more than happy to reply. If you like this video, please give me a thumb up and also consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on my next video. Bye bye!